So today's vlog brings us to Hamworthy United FC. A little bit of a change from our regular sort of stuff. It's not Wessex League, it's Dorset Premier League. Hamworthy United versus Sherborne Town Reserves. Clubhouse at Hamworthy United FC. Good selection of beers on tap in there. Sam McWell, an IPA Shipyard, and I got myself a Carlsberg, as is tradition when I go do Gold Diggers vlogs in a Hamworthy United Cup, as you can see. Very spacious. They rent it out during the week. It's just a social club, bit of extra income for the club as well. Good food in there. I've had food there last season. They do a bit of food, and a lot of memorabilia and stuff on the walls, like old shirts, old sort of team photos, which I love all that stuff when I come down to watch the football, just seeing a bit of history of the club as well. So definitely well worth popping in before a game and at half time obviously, and afterwards. We can't have too many beers at the football. So Bruce, you're the president of Hamworthy United FC. Tell us a little bit about the club.
Well, where do I start? There's a few of us been involved for quite a few years. You know, I perhaps had a bit of hair years ago, but I haven't got any hair now after the last few years. But we've had some down moments, but I tell you what, we've had some up moments as well. You know, really good, you know, games in the past, and some of the characters we've met playing for the club. You know, there's a few here today. You know, they're legends in their own time. Really, they really are. You know.
And as president, what is your role entail as being president?
Good question. Well, obviously we've got a board of directors now. We
Yeah.
were a committee a few years ago, but a few of us are directors. I mean, I did the chair for 7 or 8 years, been involved for 40 odd years. I got asked to be president many years ago, and it was quite an honour because I'm a local business person, and it was nice to be involved, and I've just got sucked into the non-league scene, you know. I don't mind going to Saints, I don't mind going to Bournemouth, but I just love the non-league scene really, and the people you meet, and you know, over the years really. So it's quite an honour when I did get asked many years ago to be president, and when we had Mr. Pike here years ago, he said to me, "Why aren't you the chairman?" You know, and so one of the AGMs we swapped rows, and I did the chair for a while, but then I think it's nice to have someone different to come on board, you know, and yeah, I mean, so I reverted back to being the president, you know, and obviously I'm at the board meetings, I'm a director and a trustee myself, and just, you know, I like to just do a bit of PR with the club, you know. It's a great friendly club. You'll find this later on today, you know, and I think the facilities we've got here now are as good as we've ever had, you know, second to none. Really.
And obviously you guys started the season in Southern Division 1, and a bit of misfortune with the stand and Dorset Premier. Now tell us a little bit about that situation.
Well, obviously we had a fantastic season last year, the first league season in the Southern League, and of course out of the blue, the powers to be at the side had the old stand looked at, and of course the structural engineers condemned it because of the condition that it was in. So suddenly we couldn't meet the ground grading criteria because we couldn't use the stand. So we quickly tried to see if we could share somewhere else, you know, and the only facility we could come up with at the level was obviously Weymouth, who were very good to us, you know. And so we tried to use their facilities, which we did, but of course it was costing us money. A lot of supporters didn't really want to go down there and watch it, and we thought it would be a financial cost to us that we could cover for a few months, but of course it went on a lot longer because they found issues with the old stand that they weren't expecting, so these jobs dragged on a lot longer. So unfortunately we looked at the finances and thought we just can't sustain the club any longer. And of course what we didn't want to do was the club to actually go under.
Yeah.
That was a big decision. We we made that decision that we had to kind of keep the club going, you know, for the sake of, you know, the youth teams we've got here in the second team, and that was a hard decision. It was a sad decision, but unfortunately it had to be made.
And on the pitch, talking about youngsters, a lot of young players coming through now in the first team.
We've always had quite a good way of having youngsters with us, and I mean, we've got no problem if they go higher. We actually quite like the fact that they go to a higher level, you know, but obviously hopefully when they have been with us they've enjoyed it and they send out the right message that we are a nice club to pay for. We try and look after them behind the scenes, you know. So yeah, we have to be a club that tries to develop a few players. That's the nature of the beast we're in, you know. And you know, I think we've got a few coming through now again. So hopefully we might find a few gems.
Bruce, thank you very much for your time. It's been brilliant.
Pleasure. Nice to see you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'd like to say I've had a really good time so far being here. Thank you to Andy and Bruce, who've been absolutely brilliant, really welcoming. Enjoyed the curry too. And also just to say to Craig and Laura, shame, you know, what happened, but much love to you. And anyway, let's focus on the football. Today's game, Hamworthy United, they currently sit 10th in Dorset Premier League. The last 4 games they lost 1-2-0 against Hamworthy United, drew 3-3 with the team they're facing today, Sherborne Reserves, away. Lost 2-0 to Bournemouth Sports and lost 3-1 to Westland Sports. Obviously it's an interesting story about Hamworthy United. Started the season in Southern League Division 1. Unfortunately the ground closure, they're going to Weymouth, the ground share wasn't generating the money. Just to keep the club alive, folded. The reserves are now the first team. So they currently sit 10th in Dorset Premier League. The home record really good, winning 6, drawing 2, losing 6. Is the away record maybe not as good. That's possibly the reason why they can't sit in mid-table in a minute and not really going for those promotion spots. Their top scorer this season is Nemo Nixon. He's got 12 goals in 23 games. Lennon Claydon has 7 in 14. He's the second top scorer. So there's goals in that team. This is a team, very young players, getting experience in men's football, and that experience, I think, if they keep the team together next season, whatever league they're playing in, will really show for them, I feel. It's about gelling that team together for a season. No way are they struggling in this league, but it's about kicking on next year, and I think that's what they're looking for. Obviously the new stand, which was the reason for the expulsion from the Southern League, it opened midweek. They played the Dorset Premier League representative team, beating them 7-1. It's a lovely stand, I must say. Very, you know, good work to everyone involved in getting that done. It's a nice little stand, and it's a good turnout today as well. There's definitely over 100 people here, so people are still coming down to follow Hamworthy, which I do like to see. Their opponents today are Sherborne Town Reserves. They're 15th, second from bottom in the Dorset Premier League. Their last 4 games, they lost 4-1 to Merley Cobham, lost 1-0 to the league leaders Blandfield United, drew 3-3 with Hamworthy, as I mentioned, and won 6-1 against Sturminster Marshall, who are the bottom club, excuse me. Their top scorer this season is Declan Cornish with 4 goals, but he's a first team player, and the second top scorer, Alex Murphy, with 3, is also a first team player, so I don't think they'll be featuring today.
Yes, yes.
Even I get him.
Addicted to the general. Best thing since Peaky Blinders. Love Peaky Blinders.
Well, at half-time it's 0-0. It's an interesting game though, contrasting styles. Sherborne very big, very physical, quite direct in their play. Hamworthy playing some nice stuff on the floor, playing out from the back. Hamworthy had the best chance of the game. Nemo Nixon hitting the bar, bounced on the goal line. Referee decided he hadn't crossed the line, nor did the linesman. But there's been some other half chances as well. Sherborne very close towards the end of the first half. Free header in the box put wide, maybe should have been done better with. Using their strength and power at corners to their advantage there. Clayton had a good chance early in the first half, unfortunately put his shot wide. I like the two centre backs, Cox and Marsh for Hamworthy, playing out from the back. They're sort of getting their team on the front foot, trying to push them forward up the pitch. So let's see what the second half brings.
Every time I say back post. don't seem to be. But what have we got?
No, mate, not going to do nothing. There you go.
Well done.
5-3 winners today. Happy with that performance?
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest performance, especially in the first half. We sort of struggled to get going. Started quite well and then we just dropped off. I'd say to a certain degree sort of dropped down to their sort of tactics and the way they were playing a little bit. But look, yeah, a win's a win. It's a very young group as well, so to sort of come through a tough battle like that, battling all the different elements, let's say, it's a good win. So yeah, very happy.
Nemo Nixon, second half in particular, absolutely brilliant today. I mean, he had a hand in every single goal and scored two himself.
Yeah, Nemo's he's such a talent, and it sort of comes in peaks and troughs with him a lot of the time. But when he kind of turns it on, I mean, he could do that a level above probably 2 or 3. To be honest, he's class act. So he worked hard today and deserved his goals. So yeah, happy for him.
Sherborne got the penalty to equalise. Did you see that one?
I don't think anyone saw it, to be honest.
I was
I
about to
won't
say
say
that.
any more than that. But yeah, I didn't see it, and no one on the bench did either. So yeah, can't comment.
And like you said, it's a very young side, and you've basically had to rebuild this year because of everything that's gone on off the pitch with the Southern League. But they've gelled so well today, and are you proud of the lads?
Yeah, and to be honest, like even now we're still bringing in young lads from the under-18s who come in, like Charlie Cox. It's probably been one of the standout ones. He played centre half today. I think he's 16 or 17.
Wow.
So to come in and play the way he has been, he's done it in the last couple of games, is really impressive. A couple of the others as well have done really well. So, but you know, in the face of adversity, you've got to seek the opportunities, and to bring some of these young lads through and give them a platform to go and play is it's great, and it's nice to see them shining and being able to play well. So
That's brilliant. Thank you very much for your time.
no worries,
Appreciate
mate.
it, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. It was Hamworthy United 5, Sherborne Town Reserves 3, and what a second half that was. Hamworthy took the lead through Cox when he got on the end of a good corner routine. Nemo Nixon whipping the ball into the box, and he was at the back post to make it 1-0. Sherborne got a goal back for a penalty, slightly contentious, a lot of bodies in the box going down. The referee pointed to the spot and they made no mistake then. But then Finley West made it 2-1, and I must admit I did miss that goal changing the battery on the camera, so my apologies for that. But it was a substitute for Hamworthy United who made it 3-1, but it was a great ball again from Nixon, and it found its way to Lewis Braggington, who then was on hand to put it away. But this is about the Nemo Nixon show second half. I mean, he scored direct from a corner, which is the first time this season I've seen something like that happen, and then his 90th minute free kick caught Sherborne Town's goalkeeper napping, and he put it into the bottom corner. He had a hand in all 5 of the goals for Hamworthy United today, scoring 2 and setting up 3. He was absolutely superb down that left-hand side. After all the setbacks the club had this season, that they're slowly rebuilding and looking to progress on again and get back up to where they were. It's been a wonderful day. It's been a wonderful game of football as well. I mean, 0-0 first half, 5-3 second half, 8 goals all coming at once. It's been absolutely brilliant. So, our next vlog will be a little one from Stoneham on Tuesday night, and Craig will be back for that one. So, I do apologise. Sorry.